I'm Hazel, it's Saturday today, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I have been up to, and answer some of your questions. This week, Blizzard announced their first ever, as far as I know, 12-month sub promotion. If you agree to sub to WoW for an entire year and pay for it up front, you will get the current 6-month mount, which is the water dragon thingy, this absolutely yoked Murloc mount, a flying Dragon Isles beetle mount, and then a Drake and Tabard for Wrath Classic, and it will also grant you the next 6-month submount when that comes out, which is hinted to be some sort of a Lunar New Year rabbit situation, as well as a pet for Wrath Classic later on. So I will state again that you will be billed up front if you do this, so don't do it thinking that it'll tick on later whenever your sub time runs out. Even if you're on an existing 6-month sub and you switch to this, you will be charged immediately for an entire year of game time, and that game time gets added onto your total. So it's not like you're paying for time that you're not getting, you're just paying for time that might be rather far in the future if you're already paid for a while. Myself personally, at this point in my life, I am paid through April of 2024, and that's fine for me because I'm here all the time. I don't really go anywhere. But if you are somebody that likes to unsub from the game during, you know, like breaks between content patches, then maybe this is not the best choice for you because it's for an entire year and you do get billed up front. The mounts themselves do look really good. The Murloc mount is a ground mount with a pretty stunning mount special animation. The beetle mount flies, as I said, and has some nice shiny shells. I like that one quite a bit. I'm very much looking forward to the rabbit mount, hi sweetheart, because that is something I've been asking for forever. And the year of the rabbit is coming up, so that is why, but I will take a rabbit mount any way it's gonna come. Also this week, we learned more info about the Dragonflight Twitch Drops that are coming up. So there's a couple of different phases where these will be available. To be eligible for any of this, you want to make sure that your Twitch account is linked to your Battle.net account. You can do that by visiting the Account Connections tab on your Battle.net account page, and there will be links in the article for that. So double check that if you have not already and you want to be eligible for these drops. The first wave of drops will run from November 15th through the 18th, and watching 4 hours of WoW streamers will get you the Dragon Kite pet. This is something that, as long as the streamer has opted into drops and connected their account, and you've done the same, it doesn't seem like it's really going to matter which streamer as long as they are streaming WoW content during those days. Watching 4 hours gets you that pet. The second wave of drops, same situation. This one runs from November the 28th until December the 1st, and watching 4 hours of Dragonflight streaming content gets you the Feldrake. Both of those are existing mounts and pets that were previously available from the TCG and have been previously available on, like, the auction house, sometimes for large amounts of gold, which has been a whole thing. We'll get back to that. The third wave of Twitch Drops runs from December the 13th until the 28th, and for that one, you only need to watch 2 hours of select World of Warcraft channels to earn a purple firework toy. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what select channel means. I don't know if it includes me. We're gonna find out. You know, fingers crossed. I've been a good kid this year. And then from November the 28th until December the 12th, gifting an eligible WoW creator 2 Twitch subs will give the Ichabod Harvest Golem pet. Once again, don't know what eligible means. Fingers crossed it's me. We'll have to see. They did post a list of FAQs about the event. For eligibility, all they said was WoW streamers should make sure that they're opted into Twitch Drops, which I am. I'm not so worried about the first 2. It's the second 2 because they were worded differently in the post that I'm concerned about, but I don't know, we'll see. And then you do not need to watch the same channel for the entire time. You can mix and match without losing progress. So even if your favorite streamer happens to not be online, or if they're not streaming quite long enough for you to get your thing on that particular day, you can switch to another WoW channel and continue working on your progress. This whole thing has caused a lot of excitement and a little bit of drama this week because of those 2 TCG rewards that were already available. There are people that may have spent big amounts of gold on them, potentially recently, and there's lots of gold makers that invest in them by purchasing these things and then, you know, trying to flip them for gold that are now just fire sailing their inventory. I happen to have both of those items already myself. I'm pretty sure I bought both of them back in Warlords of Draenor. I thought about it, and I've decided that I'm not really personally bothered by them giving out these things that I already had. It's happened to me before with bananas. I do understand why some people might be upset, especially if they spent large amounts of gold and they've done so recently on them. That's kind of a bummer, and I think going forward, you can't trust TCG item value. There's nothing to say that they won't do this again with other TCG items, even ones that are available on the black market auction house. So I would use caution when investing in other trading card game items, because I feel like at this point they're kind of fair game for Blizzard to start handing out for other things. So use caution in the future, but the Feldrake especially is a really cool mount, and I think it's neat that more people will get to enjoy it. Other things going on this week, there was a big post regarding the Dragonflight beta about changes they're making to healing pace. It's relative to an earlier state of beta, so it's not major news if you ask me. I usually wait until things go live before I get attached to them. But what they're doing is adjusting things to make sure that it's not too spiky, you know, more player health and mob damage to kind of slow down the pace of healing a little bit. I am all for this. I think that you really want the extra player health to give you time to react to things, and if healers are crazy strong in the first patch, then they have no room left to grow throughout the expansion, and that's when things get like really spiky and really twitch reacty, and that's not my favorite style of healing, so I think it's a good change. It's also something that I kind of expected to happen, because healers were really strong during raid testing on beta. And then in my life this week, I have been holing up at home for some cozy winter time. It's not winter yet, but based on the weather, it may as well be. I got my Christmas tree early. I know it's really early, and I wasn't going to set it up, but then I did. And I'm just so excited because I was moving this time last year. I moved into this apartment like end of December, like 5 days before Christmas last year. So I didn't really have time or the means to get myself like a proper tree and decorate properly. So I'm really excited to do it this time. I'm going to put up lights. Okay, I already put up lights, and I baked some cookies, and I put up the tree. I'm going to put off putting up the office lights that I usually do behind me for a few more weeks, just so that people don't roast me too hard. But I did put the Dragonflight whelps. Well, the Dragon Whelp plush that I already had on the top shelf for Dragonflight, so I'm seasonal. And questions for this week. James wants to know, when can I level 50 to 60 using chromie time? November 15th with phase 2. This was confirmed this week in a blog post that they put out that was about like leveling and promoting XL's reach again. There was this little line in it saying that they will be enabling time walking campaigns up to 60 with phase 2. So November the 15th. I am personally currently leveling alts to 50 and then parking them and waiting for that because I don't want to level through Shadowlands content again. And then Jacob and a bunch of other people wanted to know what happened to gray and white transmogs. It's been a while since they announced it and no follow-up. So I have no idea. I haven't heard a word about it either, and I usually tend to skip questions that I don't have answers to because this isn't a fun moment that we're having, but so many people asked about it that I didn't want to look suspicious like I was part of the white gray item transmog cover up, you know? I would also love to know. I have not been hoarding things. My idea was that whenever they added it in, I would then go around and collect stuff from vendors and quests and, you know, gray item drops and stuff, but I haven't been stocking up ahead of time, and that's working out for me right about now because I still have space in my bank. And then Ray Lee wants to know, a small question about Halloween. Did you celebrate it? And if so, do you do it IRL or in WoW as well? Yeah, we just had Halloween this week. So some years I'll do mogs in-game if I'm feeling particularly festive. I don't do much IRL. I don't really do parties. I don't really do costumes anymore. I wear the same Murloc onesie on stream every single year. I do, however, like going outside IRL and like walking through different neighborhoods to check out everybody's Halloween decorations. That's really fun. Also very fun at Christmas time, especially if you get one of those streets where the neighbors are like very clearly competing with each other and just doing way too much. It's fun to walk through there and see what they've done. And that has been the week. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions for these news videos, pop them in the comments and include the word question to help me find them. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.